house will creak. Your outcome's looking pretty bleak. Thunder booms and lightning crashes, leaving boots filled with ashes. As we lay you down to rest, we read the pages of the Dead Man's Digest.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this special edition of the Dead Man's Digest. Today we talk about the full reveal of Halloween Horror Nights Orlando. Joining me today, I have Nina.
Hi.
Hello. And we have Greg back again.
What's up, UUOP?
Yeah, by popular demand, I might add. We had the full reveal last night at midnight.
Woo!
Was everybody up and freaking out like I was?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was up. I don't know about freaking out.
I was freaking out.
I was ready for it. No.
Excited, though.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like our leaked list was pretty accurate, so somebody's probably in a lot of trouble. Yeah, so let's just run down the houses first. I mean, the ones we already knew about, we'll just do a recap here real quick. We got Freddy versus Jason.
Yep.
And that one is going to feature Camp Crystal Lake, Elm Street, and the Boiler Room scene. So it's going to be kind of cool. We're getting the best of both worlds there. Moving on, we have Insidious, Into the Further. One I'm really excited for after watching the movies recently with Nina.
Yep, I'm really excited for this one. Especially that we can kind of see what, Hollywood had in the past. I mean, it's not going to say that it's going to be exactly the same. Usually the houses are going to be different than the other Universal parks, but just the footage from the other years in Hollywood, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Now, you two have seen Insidious, with it being 3 different movies, is that going to help it? Did it need 3 movies to make out a whole house? Or are we just kind of getting it, since we didn't have it the last couple of years, we're just throw everything into the house?
I think that's what they're doing. You're going to see elements of all 3 of the movies in there. It just gives them more material to work with, and I'm guessing in that business, the more the better, right?
Yeah, and I think the movies kind of overlap the story. There's a common core to that story and that line. So I think that the house, you can use 3 in 1, because I feel like 1, 3, like you said, it's just more content, but in the end, you still have the main character without giving the movie away.
Yeah, definitely. And then, moving on from there, we have The Walking Dead again, which is what I'm going to call it from now on, just The Walking Dead again.
Oh, God.
The Walking Dead again?
Yeah.
Dead again.
Spoiler alert, there's zombies.
Oh, man. Yep, and of course, I've heard endlessly about the waist-deep water that they're going to be putting a bunch of poor scare actors in.
Oh, really?
So basically, these characters get a pool. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah,
they're kind of like off their feet for a few hours, floating around.
Yeah, there you go. Their 30-minute shift is nothing.
Yeah, this makes it the 4th year in a row.
Yes, 4th year of Walking Dead. Wow. And it's the 5th season.
Honestly, I wouldn't have been so tired of it if it wasn't for 2013. I mean, having the house isn't, it's a draw, and it draws people in, and it's something you kind of expect, but there's tons of details for fans, and that fan service is great. Just if you were there in 2013 any number of times, it just got overwhelming, and that theme song, and
yes.
Yeah. And the other thing I've always said about the zombies there is a very slow moving scare actor that isn't going to hurt you anyways, but on top of that, they can't even give you a jump scare.
Yeah.
That is just the worst possible street actor to have out there. So it's good that they're not doing that anymore. This is definitely a step down from last year. It was the biggest house in Halloween Horror Nights history, and now it's been relegated to the back of the park in the parade building. So maybe we're seeing it go on the way out, but we'll talk about in a little bit, is already going to beat that record for largest house. We've got a new one coming up this year. But let's move on real quick to The Purge, aka Last Possible Second House.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I am cautiously optimistic. I know they just had a lot of props and masks and stuff available from last year in the Scare Zone, and I think you're just going to see a lot of that thrown in there.
Yeah, and where it's
That's
located.
okay.
Yeah, that's okay. The Scare Zone was great, and also, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it going to be in the tent? You said it's going to be in the tent, kind of where.
No,
not.
the Purge is
Okay.
not. It's in a soundstage.
It's
Interesting. Okay. Because what I like to do every year is think of what sets are going to be reused. Like I always, that's like something I do unconsciously. Like every time I head into a house, I start looking. Like, oh, I remember that 3 years ago in this house. I don't mean to do it, but I'm thinking that I thought this might be in the Mike house from last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a house setting, and I heard that the Purge house this year is going to be, both movies. And as we know, the first movie was all set inside a home. Second one was kind of the streets. So I thought it would be using like the house setting again. And if it was the Scream house, like Scream took place in a home, like the TV show does, then they can kind of use reuse the set easily. But I feel bad for Lee because Lee's Scream is like one of his favorite horror movies. So, sorry, Lee.
Yeah. Yep. I'm okay with it though for sure. Trying to bring up the house locations real quick. I made a chart of it. Shoot. Okay.
But
yeah.
while we're waiting for that, I mean, do you think we're going to see return of our favorite insert dog? There's God on the top of his head there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think they really just need to go for it. Actually, you were right. It is Sprung Tent 1 that the Purge is in. It is a tent.
Yeah, so it's like we're.
So is that the same as Halloween?
Exactly.
Yeah, except for it's the one that Dollhouse of the Damned was in last year, but they're identical.
Okay. Well, I mean, if they didn't move anything.
Oh
right.
yeah. No, the Halloween one is set for Insidious, but those might be switched around. But yeah, Insidious was also in a sprung tent. The Walking Dead's in the parade building in the back, where they have the Macy's balloons during that time of year. And then Freddy vs. Jason is in Soundstage 24B, so it's got half a soundstage there. Next one, the one that was the last IP that was announced last night, was American Werewolf in London. It's back, and it's the same.
This is probably the only thing where they could say, we're going to do it exactly the same way. And everyone's just like, yeah.
Yeah, do it. Definitely. Mike Aiello did say they improved the animatronics a little bit, and there's going to be some visual upgrades. So it just sounds like they're just taking what they had and making it better, which is awesome.
Hey, when you spend that amount of money on those freaking wolves,
we should really
I can't wait.
Yeah.
They can do it every year.
Yeah.
Definitely. And this was featured in 2013. It was Halloween Horror Nights 23, so it had a 2-year hiatus, and it's back. But yeah, if anything was coming back, that's probably the one that would be on the top of everybody's list. So very cool. Now we're getting into the originals, and this is my favorite part of Halloween Horror Nights. Really, I love what the creative team comes up with when they just get to go nuts. And this one, I'm sure, is going to be a labor of love for everybody, and it's Jack Presents 25 Years of Monsters and Mayhem.
I'm most excited for this one.
Yep.
Out of the entire list, this is my number one.
Yep. And this is the one that will be the largest house in Halloween Horror Nights history. It's using the same building. It's not using the same building. It's
yeah, because don't they usually use that for the school? Like the one they used last year, they used it for the Dave School, I think.
Yeah, the Dave School, and that one I think that they won't be using. A second here.
So
Icon Soundstage 21 is the one they'll be
21.
using. Yeah, and it's going to be the entire soundstage, and the floor plan, I guess, is going to make it the longest path through. So that's what Mike said on Twitter last night.
But yeah, in this house, Darren made this nice this little history blog today, and it's pretty cool. And it breaks it down. For this house, it's got the Forsaken, which is from 2011, so Horror Nights 21. Let's see, Nightingales, also from Horror Nights 21. That one I remember being one of my favorites because this is going to be my 7th year in a row, and the Nightingales was just one of those houses just always sticks in my mind. I don't know if anyone remembers, but it's when you're in like a World War One. You're in war and you're in a trench. I mean, it was terrifying. I mean, if you have some post-traumatic stress, like I don't recommend going in this house. It is seriously realistic, and I don't know. It always sticks in my mind.
Yeah, and the storyline of the Nightingales is even cooler because they're these creatures that basically existed before time began, and and it says here they feed on the weak, ill, and dying in wars and natural disasters. They basically use like wars, natural disasters where people are dying anyways as a cover to keep themselves hidden and anonymous. So that's pretty messed up. And yeah, that was one of the coolest houses I've ever been into. I love the trench aspect of it. That was the first time I believe I saw him use a lot of jumpers, people on bungees going from one side to the other and that kind of thing. And the Gatling gun at the end was pretty amazing.
Speaking of bungees, Mike said that they're going to represent Gothic, which I think was 2012.
Yes, you're right.
Yep.
That was a great original house, and I'm glad to see that will be involved as well.
Yeah. Now, when he was answering to somebody else's question on there, so he said it would be represented. Now, it's my best guess that it would be represented in this house. And what it sounds like this is going to be is it's going to be a bunch of hard cuts between rooms. So you're just going to see it like transition from like each room being a different full house from a previous year, and that just condensed down to like one room each. Does that make sense? Do you think that's about what it's going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely seems like it would be the type, and maybe one big finale scene that kind of recaps everything would be my guess. If you're going to use the space, kind of have vignettes because you've got a lot to cover.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me in 2009, Silver Screams. It was the year with the Usher. That house kind of had bits and pieces. Had Phantom of the Opera. I had like different. I forgot the rest of the characters in that house, but kind of the same idea. It had bits and pieces. So it was like a cut. Like it was a stage, and then you went to another room, and you went to another room.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still enjoyable. Still fantastic. It was beautiful. So I think even if this one's going to be broken up, it'll be great still.
Definitely. And yeah, Forsaken was the one, if you remember that. It's where you were on a ship. So they had like the uneven wooden floor and a couple of like splash zones in there. Kind of. It was like the first house I think I was in where you could like get legitimately wet going through. It was like the water ride of Halloween Horror Nights. But yeah, so those are the three that they mentioned on there. There's of course going to be a lot more than that, and it's all presented by Jack. So you're going to see Jack popping up probably quite a few times in there, which will be really neat too. I always like to see him in the houses. Then the next one we've got here is Body Collectors Recollections or Recollections, depending on how you read that one. So yeah, this is Body Collectors meets Shady Brook in the 1800s. The what Mike said on Twitter was let's see here. The Body Collectors are back, and we decided to play with a couple of themes. The collectors are going to invade Shady Brook in the late 1800s. They had to get their crazed assistants from someplace, right? And the entire maze is set inside the asylum during a massive snowstorm. So I think you're going to see some cool snow effects through windows. We'll see how they actually end up doing that, but yeah, that sounds like a really cool house. The Body Collectors are great. They're like the gentlemen from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, if you've seen that.
Nope.
This is where my my noobness really starts to shine through. After getting out of the military, moved back to Orlando in 2012. a lot of this stuff predates my Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, growing up, I always saw the commercials, but those would just be for, whoever the icon was, whether it's the director or the usher. So I have, these memories growing up of these very scary original characters, but I never saw them. So when you talk about the body collectors in Shady Brook, these are things that, as a fan now, yes, I've heard of them, but I have no preconceived concept of personal experience attached to them. So, but a mental institution, crazed assistants, these definitely sounds like things that are very scary.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that, being that they haven't really brought these, well, let's call them Halloween Horror Nights IPs. They haven't touched on these their original creations in a while. Hopefully they'll have like Q videos, or in the map for the event some detailed descriptions to kind of bring those of us along that don't have these personal experiences attached. Because nostalgia is great if you have nostalgia, but it needs to stand on its own regardless.
Right. And you can also go to uuopodcast.com and check out the history article that I put up, because that goes into a lot of detail with that, and I'll be adding other things like YouTube videos from previous houses and that kind of thing later on to flesh it out a little bit more. But that'll give you a lot of good history and backstory there, and just in case Universal drops the ball on that.
This is a study year.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, you got to do your homework. But yeah, basically the body collector's objective is to harvest parts and organs from their victims, turning them into tools and artwork. So a nice window frame made out of arms, maybe, that kind of thing. Yeah. So you're probably gonna.
So they're not motivated by like money.
No,
that's.
Yeah, they and then the Shady Brook Asylum it's been featured so many times during Halloween Horror Nights that they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, excuse me, 5 houses, and they've been in all of them. And they're also the Shady Brook patients, inmates, however you want to call them, will also be featured in a scare zone this year too.
Yep.
So yeah, they have a ton of appearances here, and that's just their go-to mental asylum kind of place, and it was where Jack Schmidt was imprisoned for a while and became basically enraged and became the ringmaster clown, the one that took over the circus. And that's what really sent him over the edge. So if it's a place that can send Jack over the edge, I think it's a pretty bad place. But yeah, seeing them mash up the two together and what they'll do with that is just really interesting to me. And with the atmosphere, the blizzard going on outside and everything, I think that's going to make that a really cool, effective house. And let's go on to the next one. We got Asylum in Wonderland 3D. I actually mixed those up a little bit. Sorry. But yeah, this is a new volume of Scary Tales has been released by Ultraviolent Comics, Asylum in Wonderland. This time around, you'll follow the White Rabbit through the Looking Glass and into a murderous 3D Wonderland. All of the beloved characters will come to life in this chaotic world with an insane, nightmarish twist. You'll be left asking one question: is it all really in Alice's mind, or are the images you see real enough to kill you?
I love 3D houses. I know a lot of people don't, but I love 3D houses.
I find them really effective because when you got those glasses on, it just blurs everything just enough to where someone can hide right in front of you and you have no idea.
Yeah.
You've got to love public domain, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I was like, somebody's got to own this. Wow, that's surprising. But
no, nobody owns it unless you're talking about a specific rendering of it, like the Disney cartoon or the more recent movies. When you're just referencing the source material, public domain.
And this one I thought was like pretty much a new original, but it's really not the case because Alice in Wonderland has been featured in the event several times throughout the history. Scary Tales 2 house, it was featured, and typically it's just a scene. I think this is the first time it's a whole house. But it was also in a few scare zones, Fractured Tales, and the 20 Years of Fear scare zone, and the Hollowed Past house as well. They featured a scene from it again. But this is the first time it's getting its own house, and I think it's a perfect theme for 3D. That's going to be, of course, Alice in Wonderland already lends itself to being pretty psychedelic. So,
Right.
and the kind of painting and thing they do there, I think that's going to be really cool.
Next is Run, Blood, Sweat, and Fears.
Yes, I'm so excited for this one.
What a great pun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so this one, here's the blurb on this. Congratulations, you've been selected to be one of the lucky contestants on Run, the most popular and brutal television show in the world. In this house, you'll have to try and avoid the skilled assassins known as Reapers as you work through death obstacles designed to mangle and shred, all for the amusement of the audience watching from home. And the good news, the now rundown Hellgate prison has been selected as the battleground. Good luck. Like, we got to throw something else in there. We can do something to relate to something else. We can do it. So
Yeah, and every year they always make us do some kind of obstacle. Like, was it Alien?
The crouching.
Yeah, the crouching.
yeah, they like that.
Yeah, I think this is the one we're gonna have to do some exercise. This isn't gonna be
The concept art.
Sorry.
Concept art. We're gonna have a prison. I mean, obviously Hellgate prison, but I mean, they're gonna reuse that same Walking Dead style setup.
That is what I thought. Exactly. That's what I said when I saw the picture for it. I was like,
It just screams it.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's it's definitely like 80s hair metal style. So I mean, you're looking at a lot of guys in tights probably in this one, because that's the theme for Eddie pretty much, and the previous Run houses. Now in previous years, one of the Run houses was actually a labyrinth, which is impossible to do with the crowds that they have now. But back then it was sort of manageable. The lines were way longer there than anywhere else, but and this was a year before I was even going. But yeah, they actually had the walls shifting. So once you got into an area, you'd have to turn around and go back, and what was a wall before was an open passageway. So it was really cool, but it would be too much for now. This features Eddie Schmidt, who is Jack Schmidt's brother. So Eddie took the more metal side of things. The house was featured. An interesting thing about him is he was originally supposed to be the icon for 2001, but after the September 11th attacks, they pulled back from him. I don't really know why. I don't see how he relates to it. But for some reason they did.
I think everybody was just scared.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they put Jack the Clown back in as the icon again. And he wasn't even featured in his first house that was supposed to be all about him. But then they did come back for Run Hostile Territory in 2006. And it's always been in the disaster queue. So that's where it is this year too. So it's kind of paying homage even in location. But yeah, definitely excited about that one as well. It looks like it's going to be probably like like sadistic looking, but also like the funniest one, I think, out of the group. So you always have to have that one that's a little lighthearted, and I think that's going to be this one.
Mm-hmm.
And worth mentioning, this may be the last time Halloween Horror Nights has that space to use.
Yeah, very true.
We don't quite know how and if they'll be able to retain enough extra space, especially if Fast and Furious is as popular as they want to believe it will be.
Yeah, and all the
to just have.
Yeah, and most of the overflow queues, I think if they have the opportunity now, they're gonna try to move those as inside as possible. I don't think you're gonna see that big empty warehouse, in between the that ride whenever they're done with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I wonder if they go back to 8 after this year, and then they just use the space that they have now instead of that. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, we will find out. But Mike Aiello said, we're taking this theme back to its roots as an 80s inspired game show. The participants are forced to face the Reapers, unique assassins with only one goal: slaying the hell out of you. And the episode is airing within an arena inside the now derelict confines of Hellgate Prison. And I actually asked him a question because they put up some concept art with a Canadian flag on there. And so I asked him what house that was supposed to be from, and he said it was actually this one. One of the Reapers is Canadian, and that's his arena. So you're going to see a Canadian room in the run house, which is kind of cool. That's pretty funny. Let's move on to the scare zones then.
Applause.
Yeah, right. Scare zones. We have Psychoscarapy Unleashed. The criminally insane inmates of Shady Brook Asylum have escaped and unleashed their horror onto a Halloween block party in the streets of New York. Come join the party goers as the inmates kill for the best Halloween costumes for their very own special costume contest where you will be the judge. Oh, and this will be one of the bloodiest scare zones ever.
I'm excited for this one because we were just at the we were just at the parks this past Sunday, it was a few days ago, and there are all these decorations, like silly, like just like the little cats, like the silly Halloween decorations, like the little pumpkins and the little spiders. I'm like, what is this? Is this like not so scary Halloween? I'm sorry, I had to. I'm like, what is this? But now it makes so much sense.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually,
when they place the bus.
Yes, I was about to say that. Ashley, she's actually a newer listener. She's really cool. She just posted a picture this morning where they placed the bus. They put it. I'm so excited. We missed it, but they put it there. And it's kind of, it's right. It's like down the street. You pass, let's say Mummy's to your left, you're passing a little bit, and it's to the right between the buildings, right?
Sting Alley, yeah.
Yeah, right at the end of Sting Alley. Awesome. Yeah, Mike Aiello said, a Halloween block party gone horribly wrong when a Shady Brook Asylum transport bus crashes and inmates invade. This will happen in New York. A burning gazebo, shadowed kills happening within building windows, which is kind of cool. I'm sure they'll just use LCD displays for that, but that's really neat. Complete chaos, he says.
Like last year for Purge.
Well, they've been doing it for a while with like in Walking Dead, they had a tent where it was just a projection that somebody was killed in the tent,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, like, if you project onto the windows, once it's dark, that could be worked.
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. Then the next one we have listed here is Icons of Halloween Horror Nights. And this is going to be, I'm sure, a lot like last year's with the stages.
Yeah, this is going to be the selfie zone.
Selfie photo op area.
Yeah.
Yep. The scariest part of this one will be avoiding the selfie sticks.
Oh.
I think it's kind of like what Greg said earlier. I know the story. No, I know the storyteller. I know the usher, but the other two I'm not familiar with. So, or how many?
Yeah, the caretaker.
Yeah. And the director.
The director is pretty much, I'd say he's probably the most famous out of them because he's been featured in quite a few houses. The usher's pretty iconic. The storyteller is kind of known for not having a story. They just put this old lady on the advertising and they're like, all right, that's going to be the icon this year. And she does not have a fleshed out story. And apparently when people went up and asked her that year, she threatened to kill them. So, I don't think you're going to be getting her backstory this year either. But yeah, so the basically, if it's like last year's, they'll have a stage where the icon is on the stage, and they said that they'll be enacting kills over the night. So when you go there, you might see a kill scene play out on the stage.
So like plants, like there'll be.
Maybe
character plants.
Yeah, maybe that, or maybe it's just somebody that they go out and have like a little stage production. I guess we'll see. But yeah, they'll also probably have some supporting scare actors so that when you're looking at the stage and distracted, they'll come up behind you, like they did last year too. So it's going to be very similar to that, I think. Let's see here.
Next one. Scary Tales
Sponsored.
Scream Punk. Scary Tales Scream Punk. So this is gonna be kind of like when you first come into the main gates. Am I right? Right between Despicable Me and Shrek. Yes, I just don't remember that the name of that street.
Avenue
Production
of the Stars.
Central.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Or is it gonna be kind
That's
of
what
where
I'm
the
looking at, but-
Masquerade was last year? That's where I'm thinking it's gonna be.
Yeah, that one they didn't really say exactly what
I'm looking at a fan made map, but it was before the official announcement. I can't seem to find one since, but yeah, that's what they have in between Shrek and Minions.
Yeah, I think and what you said, Nina, about it is it just seems like it's gonna be like one of those like quick walkthrough, just like Masquerade was last year.
Exactly.
Not a really big detailed one,
But
just
still cool.
Very visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some characters and maybe a few big set pieces. That'll have to be on wheels because that area has to be cleared out during the day, so the set pieces there can't be very permanent.
You can hang something overhead, but
No, we're gonna get that wonderful chandelier from last year. That was made of rope.
it's like a basket.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what it was.
But I think there's like big fault. Like there's a lot of people that love that steampunk inspired. I mean, it's not my jam. It's not my thing. But I think there's a lot of people that are into that. It'll be really cool because I remember last year with the Masquerade, they had like the bloody masks and stuff like that. So I think with this, the costumes are going to be incredible. Costumes are going to be insane. So that's like you said, it's a visual one. It's not going to be super scary, but it'll be beautiful.
Yeah, that street's called Avenue of the Stars, by the way.
Now we know. Got it.
Yep.
Obviously, Shrek, Fairy Star.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, because when you hear Avenue of the Stars, you think Hollywood. You got the stars on the ground, stars. But
Exactly. That's weird.
Yeah, that's not what I think. Yeah.
Yep. And then the next one. You want to take that one too, Nina? Evil's Roots.
Yes, you have written down here. It's time to be immersed in Halloween's most evil traditions in the Scare Zone located in Central Park. Here you'll find the event's traditional jack-o'-lanterns, which are up now, in the air as you encounter evil fairies, humanoid bats, scarecrows, and more. Think Grown Evil from 2011, but on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
These scarecrows are huge. Have you seen them yet?
No, I
They
haven't.
just went up, I think, a day or two ago. Mikey had some pictures of them.
Okay.
Just Mikey Orlando or Magic City Mayhem on Twitter. But they're massive. They look kind of like Wicker Man. Yeah.
And are those the things they have, like lanterns coming out of the head? They had some like, concept art for something like that.
Yeah. On the concept art, I saw it on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I know the concept art for the evil fairies are out, and they look really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they said this one, Central Park, Evil's Roots, the traditions of Halloween pumpkins and spiders. And this has got me going. He says, even a familiar entrance piece. And the entrance piece on Grown Evil, which he mentions in there, was one of the gargoyles from the top of the old archway of Universal Studios. So I think that might be, and it was also in Gothic. So I think that might be going back out at the entrance of this, which it's a really cool throwback. I'm really surprised they haven't gotten rid of those by now. They got to be running out of space. And then the last one, Greg, if you got that up, you want to take it, All Night Die-In double feature?
Sure. This will be ironically not by the drive-in. It will be in San Fran. Yeah. But we've got the Cary Drive-In movie theater wandered down the streets of San Francisco, and you'll come across this theater that has been named Die-In due to the gruesome murders that occurred. Enter if you dare. So what do we think is going to be shown on that screen?
Well, from what Mike said on Twitter, it's going to be a mix. Sometimes you're going to go through there and you're going to have the black and white classic monsters. And then sometimes you can go through and you'll have full color. And I'm guessing those are like more modern monsters in there. So I think they're going to use all the Universal licenses they have. I think you're going to see like probably, I don't know, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, any of them. In the more modern one, in the old one, you're going to see, Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera, the other things that they have licenses for the classic side.
So you're saying that this is going to be kind of like if you're facing the disaster ride entrance, the queue entrance, it's going to be to the left of that, in between the Ghirardelli, the bathrooms. Be in that area.
Well, that whole area
Yes.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
right before you
usually
get to London.
Okay, because I know there's usually a house exit there.
Yeah.
Like not a disaster, so I didn't want there to be kind of like a chaotic, like you exit a house and then there's a lot of people in a scare zone, which would kind of be fun, but.
Well, that's what it's going to be because Run is in the disaster queue, so.
So you come out and then boom, more death.
Yep, and that's cool. And then Mike also said they're going to have the chainsaw gangs, the chainsaw welding roaming hordes in areas where the scare zones are not.
Yay!
So, sounds
This is what roaming hordes always should have been. Like,
yes.
I went one year. I don't remember if it was like towards the beginning of Horror Nights, but the night that I went, I was so excited to take my mom and my sister, and we get there, and I was talking about these chainsaw people, and they weren't there, and it really makes a difference. I feel like that's one of my favorite things to do. People watch with the chainsaw people just...
Yep.
Oh.
I hope they have an all-girl and an all-guy.
Yeah, they had an all-girl one
That would be
a couple
cool.
years ago. Yeah, they're all in their prison outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best thing is when they're able to sneak into the middle of the crowd without anybody seeing them, and then just rev it right in the middle of everyone, and just watch everybody scatter 360 degrees. It's awesome.
So a note about the drive-in, but not really. They used a couple years back the cinematic spectacular technology, and I've been a little disappointed that they haven't gone back and really used it as an ambiance piece to really set the mood, because it's really cool. It's just kind of come on at random. You'd hear a bit of a lightning audio, and then all of a sudden there'd be stuff on the water screens. Add in the lasers and the fog, you've really got a way to kind of tell your story throughout the park, and I think that's one thing that's just wildly underused. And hopefully, I mean, this die-in will be specific, kind of themed to that, but to use video, not only to tell a story while you're waiting in line, but as you're going through the park, to set the mood.
Yeah, especially in the deader zones, talking about where Harry Potter starts. So where London begins, all the way through Men in Black, all the way through until you get to Central Park. So I think that dead zone, having that screen right there, it still keeps you in the mood, in the Horror Nights,
Exactly.
Definitely. And we also have 2 shows this year. One, of course.
Two
shows for the price of one.
2 shows.
We'll go with the one everybody knows first. Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure.
Bill and Ted?
Excellent. Yeah, so, of course they were going to have this again. Yeah, in Orlando there wasn't a doubt.
Yeah, you're
You say
definitely going to watch. Yeah, because it's like everyone's thing. I saw it for the first time last year, and I like the Disney jokes, ha ha ha. But I don't know, it's not my favorite. Everyone's twerking and all that. And this year, they're going to be doing the, now watch me whip. I called it. Everyone's going to break into a watch me whip, watch me nay thing. I can already see it now.
Pretty much guaranteed.
Oh man.
I haven't asked him. I could actually ask the guy who's played Bill for the last couple of years, but I haven't asked him. But the rumor after last year was that it was his final season, so we could see a new main character.
Not excellent.
Well, we're
most
heinous. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see if they do recast and then how well that is recast if it is.
Yep. That will. Yeah, that's an interesting one. They're pretty good. I mean that he was awesome as the character.
Yeah,
He was kind of iconic because he's been there so long. As kind of I see him more as Bill than the actual Bill.
yeah, the other guy.
Yeah, that other dude. But yeah, the other show happening this year is actually a returning show, but it was just a one-time only. And it's The Carnage Returns. Jack the Clown is taking Halloween Horror Nights back in a blaze of murderous mayhem with his army of feared followers and his companion in Carnage, Chance, which is his Harley Quinn, basically.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah. Remember, Jack always has the last laugh. Last time the show was on, it was kind of like a game show, torture show kind of thing, with Jack as like the ringmaster. So, and it was on a huge stage before, so the stage that's in that area already, I'm sure, is just staying up, and that's going to be Jack's stage as well. But yeah, it was a entertaining show, and with the stage that big, yeah, you're going to see a lot of crowd there. But that's why they moved the scare zone out of there, so it wouldn't get all messed up like it did last year.
Was that a audience interactive show when you saw it last time in 2008? Is it like
a fake audience interaction show, pretty much, because they'd be pulled up from the audience, quote unquote, and then be like actually tortured and murdered.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, so Hunger Games.
Yeah. Basically, you have to thin out the Halloween Horror Nights crowd somehow.
Yeah, everyone put forth a tribute.
Yeah. So
I vote for Lee.
So yeah, that's the rundown. So pretty much overall, I am very excited about this year.
Yay!
Lots of stuff, lots of material.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you feel like you wanted to be here and it's not being represented or anything?
I mean, of course, I can think of a lot of old houses and stuff. But
overall, you're like happy.
Yeah, but overall, definitely happy about this. They're including more than enough, and they've like luckily hit on every year that I actually went. Like I don't have anything on here from the years I missed, so I've actually got a pretty good handle on the backstory for everything, it seems like they finally took the time out and made something specifically for the fans that have been dedicated for it for so long, which is really nice after the last few years of The Walking Dead and that kind of thing, going more IP heavy. I like to see this return to a lot more, classic houses and ones that Universal Creative gets to make from scratch, which is what I think they do best.
Sweet.
Agreed.
Definitely. All right. Any last thoughts from anybody?
How annoying has the at Horror Nights Orlando Twitter going?
Jack's Maniacs. It's not their fault, man. The Maniacs took over.
But then Mike got control again.
Then it got super spammy, and that's a bad taste in my mouth. It didn't make me excited.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be 3 weeks worth of marketing, and they just push the button, make it all go at once.
12 hours. It was ugh.
Yeah.
And let's all talk about how Publix let us down this year.
Yeah.
Publix was supposed to spill the beans.
Yeah, they didn't reveal anything on accident this time.
Dang it.
Well, I mean, people can want these leaks, but if you just kind of take a step back and just kind of let the information come to you, it doesn't change anything because you're still going to go. I wasn't following, Scream was going to be it. Now it's Purge. For me, it was always going to be Purge because I didn't worry about it. I didn't think about it. I wasn't looking for this information. So they're presenting Purge to me, and I wouldn't have thought any different of it, and that's still exciting. I think people get so ingrained in the details way too far ahead of time.
Guilty.
And I get it. You want to know. You want to be that first person. You want to be able to go, hey, have you heard what they're bringing? They're like, no, they haven't said anything. Oh, but I know.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to know, in that sense, but if you just kind of wait, let it come to you. They work really hard on this, and we can comment on execution on the announcement, but they work really hard on all these things, and sometimes if you get the information too early, it's a little disappointing. Sorry, Lee. It was going to be what you wanted it to be, but now it's purged. So
Yeah. Sounds great. Yeah. That I mean, that's definitely true. I mean, for me, it's like I know I'm gonna get it anyways. So if I happen to cross it, I'm not too worried about getting spoiled or anything. But yeah, I mean, they definitely have their marketing angle that they're trying to go by. All right, we have a couple of news items really quick to bring up, and they both have to do with eating food at Universal during Halloween Horror Nights. So take it away, Nina.
Yum 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 yum. Okay, so this dining experience is
For
actually
cats, it actually features there's cats all over the place.
Yum, yum. It's available to pass holders only. So it's,
Step down, peasants. This
Don't
is
be
just
rude.
for us.
So it's the Halloween Horror Nights Scare Actor Dining Experience. It's all you scare to eat. Okay, I stole that from Greg. Themed dinner buffet. So dining will take place on September 18th, 19th, the 25th, and the 26th only. So it's an opportunity for you to take some photos with the scare actors and digital photo downloads with the icons from the Horror Nights event. What else does it say? So yeah, it is not included with your event admission. It's a separate fee, and I've heard that it's $50. Ouch. So yeah,
Reservation required. So
reservation required. Correct.
you have to contact them ahead of time.
I mean, $50, you get to eat 4 times. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's expensive, but I definitely think the idea is great. Because a lot of times getting these photos, especially nicer photos, at night with the characters is hard to do, even with a good camera. So, like that would be something I'd be interested in, even with the $50 price. Something I'd want to do. So.
And how cool would it be if they had it in the Monster Cafe? Because I think that accommodates for the buffet setting. Because the die-in is in a good buffet setting. It doesn't,
It's also a terrible restaurant. Who won't eat there?
So Monster, it'd be adorable. Oh, but I wish it wasn't 50. But it seems pretty cool.
The second thing, so Universal recently introduced the dining plan for quick service. And that looks like now they're bringing it to Halloween Horror Nights. So meals are easy with a choice of chilling Universal dining plans at Halloween Horror Nights. Fuel up for a night of fear with the Universal Dining Plan Quick Service or Universal Dining Plan Quick Service plus Coca-Cola Freestyle. Enjoy a sinister selection of dining locations in Universal Studios and City Walk. Dining plans can also be used during the day at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure with valid theme park admission. So you've got 3 options. One is the Universal Dining Plan Quick Service, which gets you a quick service meal, a snack, a non-alcoholic beverage, and that's $19.99 plus tax. You can also get the Universal Dining Plan plus Coca-Cola Freestyle, and
wait, was that first one? Was that first one just one meal?
One meal, one snack, one beverage.
For $20?
$20. Yep.
So it doesn't seem like you're saving a lot of money, and you might, depending on what you get, you might actually be spending more. I think
Lose money.
And also, each person gets a giant Coke Freestyle cup. Is that what you're saying? Because
that's in the
a
second
lot.
one.
The plus the Coca-Cola Freestyle is $25.99. I don't know if that's just a regular cup you can refill at the Freestyle machines or not.
I'm guessing it is.
I'm looking for the star, but these sites are horrible. Anyway, yeah, it looks like you'll get it. And then the third is just the freestyle cup. So if you're gonna just want a bunch of drinks that aren't beer or
If you brought
Dead
a
Walkers,
flask, in other words.
just the cup will run you $12.99.
Wow.
And that's valid only the day of.
Purchase. Yeah.
So, anyone thinking that's a good idea?
I'm not gonna go that route.
Yeah. So, couple quick notes though about the Coca-Cola freestyle machines. They are, if you get it, obviously you can refill it, but you can get water and ice for free at any of them. You don't have to go up to somebody, and they're located at places that are obviously guest accessible around the park. So it can be very hot even in September and October at night. So definitely make sure that you're filling up something. If you get a souvenir Blinky cup, maybe alternate between your adult beverages and your water to keep you hydrated.
Yeah, you won't have as much of a hangover the next day. It'll be great.
Yeah, because it's still very hot, even in September and October.
Definitely. I also told Lee that we would run through Hollywood really quick, which I almost forgot. So just a quick rundown on that one. Mazes, we have Walking Dead. We have Insidious. We have Halloween. We have This Is the End. We have...
I really want to do that one.
Yeah,
Like
it's so
that
weird.
one seems like it would be really fun.
Yeah, John Murdy was talking on Twitter today, and he said that they came up with a new technology so they can make the biggest creature they've ever used, and that will be in that house. So that at least there's something to see there. If it turns out to be a really weird one, which I think it will.
Yeah.
But it's in Hollywood, so they might have cameos by the guys every once in a while. I can see them not having anything better to do for a night.
James Franco's really bored.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is a project for him. And then Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak, which is another really awesome looking one. I wish I could be there for. I know he was super excited to make it. He's wanted to do a Halloween Horror Nights house since the first year he went, he said. So it's really cool to see the director so involved in it, and I bet you that house is going to be awesome. And then Alien vs. Predator. So they're all IP this year. There are no original houses.
Aw, sucks.
Yeah. And then they have their Terror Tram. That's going to be...
Which is...
The Purge. Terror Tram.
Purge.
Survive the Purge. Yes. So that one is also not an original one.
That's perfectly set up for the Terror Tram, though. Like,
Yeah.
you're on... Like, it's literally a street with a bunch of houses, and it's perfect for it. Like,
Yep. I think you're going to see a lot of scenes of other people getting beat down because they had a little incident in Hollywood when they first started doing the Terror Tram at night, and one of the scare actors ran up and they were like basically fake attacking the tram, and they got caught between the two tram cars and got run over and was killed. So they don't do that anymore. They don't have anybody come up to the tram, so I think you're going to see a lot more, like other people being the victims of violence and have that helpless feeling, not being able to do anything, more than actually getting attacked.
it's sad that there might not be a safe way to get the desired effect.
Yeah. I guess and run up to the red line.
Especially if I'm going to go through the event sober.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is a dry event in California. No alcohol.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I didn't hear about this.
No Bill and Ted, no alcohol.
Yep.
No insulting, apparently. They usually have someone insulting in some way. And last year, I think it was the Purge. And they always get in trouble.
Yep.
Oh,
So this year they went with a very safe group that doesn't talk at all, the Jabberwockies. Dance crew. They cannot be offensive. It's impossible. But yeah, Nina, you were really excited. You wanted to see this one really bad, right?
Yeah, I kind of want. Well, the dance show, that's pretty cool. I mean, they're awesome. They're amazing and cool. And I wanted it, but I kind of prefer the Carnage Returns, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So, I'd rather have Jack.
It's a little more fitting, but yeah, I mean, it is a really cool thing, and I would definitely, I would take the time out to watch it if it was here. But and then Scare Zones, looks like a lot of ones they've had before. Exterminators with a Z because it's extreme. There's something terrible happening deep underneath our city streets. For decades, people have carelessly dumped dangerous chemicals down their drains. So it's the Toxic Avenger, basically.
Ghostbusters?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Except for they're cockroaches instead of turtles.
Right.
Yeah. The Dark Christmas, which is one they did last year, with Krampus, the child snatcher.
Yep.
And so basically that same scare zone again. Corpse, that's CORPZ. It's World War I zombies.
We had that.
Yeah.
We had that scare zone years ago. I'm not sure what year, to tell you the truth, but I remember it was kind of like, you come in to the right, so right in front of Lucy. I remember it was set up. It was like zombie Nazis.
Well, this is World War One.
I know, but still, we had something kind of like that. We had it all set up, but it was a scare zone.
And then they also have the Purge Urban Nightmare scare zone. So yeah, it looks like they're still gonna have that.
Two purges.
Yep, 2 purges. They're gonna have the character from the movie Big Daddy, the one with the Gatling gun in the back of the van. He's gonna be featured in it. So I'm really surprised they didn't do that here when they had the scare zone. Have that van open up and have him like start opening fire on the crowd. That would have been awesome.
because they had for the Walking Dead year they had like a fake gun that like lit up at the tip and had sound effects.
Yeah, you think
they had that at the front of the park. I don't have any idea.
Well, they were really sensitive last year with that, as again evidenced by the dog mask instead of the god mask. But yeah, so that's the rundown for Hollywood too, and I think that's pretty much gonna do it for the show. So thanks for coming on and not laughing at my jokes. You guys are both great.
Yay!
Yeah, that's what you pay us for.
Yep. Yes,
I didn't get paid.
Exactly. That's why I didn't get any laughs.
I'll take a Uber with Nina. Pay her that way.
Party poppers not included.
Yep. Again, uuopodcast.com. Check out my history primer and my full reveal blog posts. And we'll be talking about it more when the event comes out. And I'll be updating the history primer a lot, so make sure to keep it bookmarked and keep going back to it. I'll do the Lee thing. So for Gregory and Nina, this is Darren, and this has been the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.